Welcome to another episode of the Snap Fantasy Football Podcast, your weekly dose of news and advice that comes to your pocket every single Saturday. Holding it down, here we got Mac, Mark, Scott, and Landon. Enjoy today's show.
What's up, guys, and welcome to another episode of the Snap Fantasy Football Podcast. Today we are talking about the speedy wide receiver out of Clemson, drafted at the 201. Today we're talking about Tee Higgins. Now, personally, I have a vendetta against most Bengals players, so I will get it off my chest early that I will not be targeting the eventual number one threat of Burrows. But the rest of the guys, I know they love them, and there's a lot to love. He's an elite talent in a wide receiver core rookie draft that was just over the top, exploding with talent. Higgins is right there. So make sure that you keep him on your draft board if you don't have a bias that I refuse to let die, like myself, as I always will refer to them as the Bengals. Now, Mark, I know you're a little more even-keeled when it comes to fantasy football. Is it Bengals City, or should you be drafting this guy early?
So when I saw him go at the 201 spot, I was pretty happy to see that because I had him as about the fifth or sixth wide receiver ranking pre-draft. And then when I saw him go to the Bengals, who I had just seen draft Joe Burrow with the 101, I was pretty happy. And I could see myself getting pumped up with touchdowns from Joe Burrow to Tee Higgins for many years to come. We know that some wide receivers, they are well coached in Cincinnati. They succeed. We have a player like AJ Green that he can learn from, whom he already treats like a role model. We've got Tyler Boyd, who is a really talented young player as well. And I feel like with Joe Burrow at the helm, he is a player that can just spread the ball to a lot of different guys, as we saw him do at LSU. It was the most dominant. The most dominant college team, right ahead of Clemson, the school that Tee Higgins went to. So we know that these guys are kind of potential faces of like this future breed of highly talented rookies of this year, especially at the quarterback and wide receiver position. I don't know. I think this is going to be a great connection. And fantasy-wise, I could see Tee Higgins going very similarly to he did to his drafting spot in the draft, which is early in the second round. Prove me wrong, Lando or Mac.
Go ahead, Lando.
Yeah, Tee Higgins I think he's a great dynasty asset. He's not one of those players you're going to be reaching for in redraft leagues, though. It's going to be hard to see consistency in that offense, like you said, with Tyler Boyd and AJ Green, Joe Mixon already cemented in their roles there. But I think he could. I mean, his ceiling might be, I don't know, what Deebo Samuel did. Like that would be exceptional for him this year, but that organization, I still think, needs some time to grow for him to kind of really show out like that. But in Dynasty, you're going to have to reach for him, like Mark said, at the back of the first round, early second round. He's a great Dynasty asset because he's only 21 years old, and he's attached to Joe Burrow. I mean, an older rookie quarterback, but still attached to an perceived elite rookie guy for years and years to come. In my opinion, he looks a lot like Mike Williams, who came out of the same school, but he is much better than that. He can do it all. He's a really good 50-50 catch guy. He's going to be looked for in the red zone, probably in the next couple years, absolutely. And a fun fact about Tee Higgins, his red zone presence, that Clemson attack was so elite. 20% of his receptions went for touchdowns. So this guy obviously was elite, great separator. Didn't run exceptionally fast at the combine, but I think his game speed is a lot faster. He's just a good football player. Mac, what are your thoughts on Tee Higgins? Are you on the same boat as me?
Yeah, in Dynasty, he's a buy for me. I really hope that in our Dynasty league that we're doing our rookie draft on Sunday, this upcoming Sunday. I really hope that Tee Higgins falls to me in the early second round. I think that's about where he'll go. And some people are a little bit up on him, a little bit down on him. I mean, Scotty, for his reasons, he's on the Bengals. He's not too happy to be drafting Bengals players. And, I understand that. But, this dude, in my opinion, is a really good comp to A.J. Green. He's A.J. Green 2.0. He's big. He's physical. He has a 50-50 catch percentage that is quite good. He's not really a burner. He's not going to beat guys down the field, but his long athletic strides at 6'4", 216 are going to put him into position to be competitive. This dude is just going to be a great target long-term for Joe Burrow, and I think that the value you could get on him in it's a early second would be great in Dynasty. Some people are saying, he's not that fast. He ran a 4.59 at the combine, wasn't super impressive. To me, it's the eye test with Tee Higgins. You watch him play football and you're like, man, that dude is special. So I understand the hesitation, Scotty, with Tee Higgins being a Bengal, but I think there's a lot to be said, too, with him coming in to this team. A.J. Green put out a statement saying, when I came to the Bengals, I was really psyched to play with Chad Ochocinco and, get under his wing and learn. And he's basically said, I'm going to do the same thing to Tee Higgins because it meant so much to me to have Chad do that for me. And guess who Tee Higgins' favorite player is coming into the NFL? AJ Green. He modeled his game after AJ Green. And so this is just the perfect scenario to get in, learn, get your feet wet, and ascend to one of the best talents in the league within the next 3-4 years. I really, truly think he has that upside, that ceiling, and that's why I'm willing to take a chance on him. If you want to reach, go ahead and reach.
So for anyone watching, you might be in your rookie drafts coming up or closer to the season. So I can ask my co-host here who they would rather, and I'm going to ask them about rookies. So if you're on the clock in your rookie drafts, I'm going to ask other wide receivers and running backs on who you would prefer. So guys, another guy we did a video on is Henry Ruggs. Would you prefer Tee Higgins or Henry Ruggs?
Cool. So you're saying Dynasty, right? Dynasty,
rookie draft. If you're on the clock at that, they're both available at the 201.
Yeah.
Now, you're asking someone who is a big-time Henry Ruggs fan, and I just feel like with his speed and his potential gadgetry and multi-uses on the field, I'm taking Ruggs all day over Higgins.
Yeah, it's Ruggs for me too. I think I agree with Mark. The athleticism is just too much to leave on the table. So that alone. But I like Higgins' situation better. I think he's in a better position to succeed, but Ruggs is still the better talent.
Mac has made a very effective argument when you put the kind of human element and the mentorship factor into it, but I'm still absolutely going to avoid Higgins and go Ruggs.
So another guy that landed in a good spot, Brandon Aiyuk, went to San Francisco. Is this a little bit closer for you guys?
No, it would be Higgins for me.
Yeah, that's a close one because there are some some pretty ball hungry players ahead of Aiyuk. Nevertheless, I just feel like they have a really, really smart offensive scheme, and if they were able to get Debo as involved as they did last year in his rookie year, why not do the same with Aiyuk this year? I think I'd take Aiyuk.
Ooh.
I'm also taking Aiyuk. We're going clean sweep.
No, it's not a queen sweep.
No, Matt took Higgins, and I would as well.
Oh.
So one thing I'll just say quickly about that, toss-up. I understand why people would say, I'll take Aiyuk in the San Francisco system where there's a lot of, zone play and there's lots of room to run. And I get that, but he has to compete with Debo and the best tight end in the league in George Kittle, and it's a offense that wants to push the ball on the ground. They want to run, ground and pound, and just do it with 2 or 3 running backs. Debo's going to be the primary target. who knows what Brandon Aiyuk will step up to be, but he's going to be the tertiary role there with Kittle and Debo. So, like, when I think about what Joe Burrow had at LSU in Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase, like, Tee Higgins is a perfect example of a big body that he can throw at, sticky hands, fluid route runner, can run the middle of the field and run through traffic. Like, he is a physical guy that will pretty much mimic what Justin Jefferson was for Burrow at LSU, but now we're just in Cincinnati. Like, I think he's a perfect replacement for what Burrow is used to having. And I think that they're going to need to throw the ball because the Bengals will be down the next couple seasons.
Well, Mac has made a passionate argument for Tee Higgins. And you know what? If I listen to him for much longer, I may have to drop my Bungles veto on the rookie drafts. So I'm going to have to cut this episode short, or my late round, first round pick could be getting in danger zone.
Yeah.
All right, guys, if you're with us to this point, thanks for hanging out. We're putting out multiple videos a week, and we're loving all the feedback, all the comments, all the interactions. What do you think about Tee Higgins? Is he a valuable first, second round pick? Take him in the third? Let us know your thoughts. We're on all socials. Check us out on Insta at snap_fantasy. And as always, a like or a subscription on YouTube is always appreciated. We're always trying to grow our community because you are what makes this the most fun. But next up, we've got J.K. Dobbins, so make sure to click through to the next episode, and we'll see you next time.